Okay, what I did is I took my shot back and I just sucked the hell out of that trench there. Took all that water out of there. On my research, what I found is what they're saying is one of the main reasons why this particular car has such a high tendency for failure on this piece of shit knock sensor is that it gets wet, and when it gets wet, it ruins it over a little bit of time. But if you notice, the engineers, in all their freaking wisdom, they stuck it in the middle of a trench that as you drive gets wet. I'm looking at it, there actually is a good amount of corrosion. But this is the special tool, real special, that you need to take the sensor out with and put it in. Out isn't as critical because you could theoretically just cut the wire and use a regular socket, but the new one, you need to be able to get it on there without damaging the wire because it's actually a part of the sensor itself. It's molded into it. Online they wanted this, basically this thing, 250 bucks, socket with a slit in it. Don't know why it's so special, but you can't get it anywhere local from parts stores that I was able to find due to the fact of its size. This is 24 millimeters, so if out there anyone wants to make one, it's 24 millimeters. I just took my grinder with an abrasive wheel and I just went at it, made a slit. I haven't tried it yet, so see if it works. It seems to fit over there, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a little tug and see how tight that is. Oh, look at that, not even an issue. So there you go. The sensor is now loose. I'm just going to spin this one out. Use the wire. I don't really care if it's damaged or not. Doesn't really bother me because this is already broken. You would think that they would make it a through bolt like a lot of the other sensors where a bolt just goes through the side of the sensor, not requiring the use of this. So here's your special knock sensor. That's it. And I can see there's a little bit of corrosion on this, so it has been getting wet from driving. You can see right there. Looks like this one actually melted down a little bit, which is probably why. Actually, look at that. Just gunk. So this thing is totally shot, but I don't know whether it was the water or the fact that it's just a piece of shit. So there you go. I'm just going to put the new one in, and then putting the car back together is just going to be reverse of what we did, starting from this over here backwards. You know, the extra step of the valve covers. If you want to do that, just remember you need a grommet kit. I'm actually going to have to buy a couple new hoses anyways. A few of the hoses were shot. I wasn't expecting to be in such a bad condition, so you may want to account for that. But otherwise, putting it back together is exactly the reverse of what you just did to take it all apart. If there's any special things that I remember as I'm putting together, what I'll do is I'll make sure I tack that onto the end of this so you guys are able to see that.